This is a wonderful and auspicious turnout. I can't be happier by this. I suspect we are on to something big and the beginning of a beautiful friendship between Brooklyn Law School and J&J and the Brooklyn Tech Meetup. We've been trying over the, by the way, I'm Jonathan Askin. I'm a professor here at Brooklyn Law School, and I am the director of something called the Brooklyn Law Incubator and Policy Clinic. It's a program in which my students and I give free legal services for pre-seed technology-oriented startups, primarily and more Brooklyn-based. It used to be when I first launched the program about 5 years ago, my students and I would probably spend 4 to 5 nights a week in Manhattan. Now, 5 years later, we probably spend 3 to 4 nights a week in Brooklyn. And that's Brooklyn with a bullet. I think we're rising in the amount of time we spend here in Brooklyn. I relish the times that I don't have to brave Manhattan. And I'm glad you're all coming to Brooklyn. Raise your hand if you actually have an enterprise, a venture that is operating out of Brooklyn. Okay. Who's here from, who are the carpetbaggers from that Brooklyn beta test we call Manhattan? A couple of you. Okay, good. Anyway, I'm thrilled to have you all here. I'm hopeful that this will become a regular event and hopeful that it will happen here in this beautiful Forcelli Center. If you haven't taken a look around, at some point grab a beer and take a look out the windows. This is one of the most breathtaking views you're going to ever have in all of New York City, essentially. 270-degree wraparound view of the harbor, of Manhattan, of everything. It's rare that the Brooklyn techies who like to get their hands dirty and work out of warehouses get to come to such a magnificent place, I think. But once in a while, it's a nice change of pace. So hopefully we'll be doing this once a month. I'm doing it here as often as possible. I hope ideally this. So my concept is we're running more and more events here at Brooklyn Law School. Who came last week to the Future Plus 30 event? And if you, not many of you, now I look at the demographic of the audience. Last week's Future Plus 30 event, this is where we take a concept and we extrapolate out what that concept will look like in 30 years. Because it's rare that government or industry or individuals really get to look at a 30-year, one-generation time horizon. We're going to do that monthly and look at something new every month, the future of manufacturing, the future of law, the future of music, what have you. Last week, we did the future of women in innovation. And it was a bizarre turnout. It was the first time I've ever been to a tech event when I would say 90 to 95% of the people in the community were women. And now we're back. It was an interesting turn of events. And actually, I worried for the future of men 30 years from now because I don't think the world has many options for men going forward once women figure out all the angles and we're no longer needed to hang paintings. In any case, we're back to the usual demographic. It looks like we're about 90 to 95% male. I'm going to hand it over now to Jay and Jay, who are wonderful, the folks who have wonderfully stepped up and running now what is growing into, I think, Brooklyn's largest meetup. I don't know if that's the case yet. I suspect it will be soon enough. And that's part of the reason I want to do it here at Brooklyn Law School. I like the fact that Brooklyn Law School can be neutral for the tech community and can be a beautiful home for the Brooklyn techies. And I want you all to know that regardless of the meetup opportunities, I want you to know that you can tap into Brooklyn Law School and the Brooklyn Law School community and the Brooklyn Law Incubator Policy Clinic as a vehicle for at least legal, if not business and other guidance as you try to maneuver your way through the maze of issues confronting technology startups. So I'm hopeful that you'll bear in mind that we're here for you, and our objective is really to raise up the caliber of the Brooklyn startup community. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Jay and Jay to run our event, and let's big round of applause and thank them for helping us.
Cool. Thank you to Brooklyn Law for not only hosting us, but giving us an awesome new opportunity to Blip and Experis for sponsoring the event. Thank you guys. Please give it up for them.
So we are honored and humbled to be here, and thank you guys again so much for coming out. So Jay and I started this event with a dream and goal of sort of creating a space for the new face of Brooklyn tech and entrepreneurship, and sort of capturing that spirit and creating a community for us to get together and collaborate. We have a lot of exciting things planned. This is just the beginning, but we want this to become the de facto resource for anyone even remotely entrepreneurial in the Brooklyn community, and as well as integrating into a larger tech New York City scene and obviously the domestic tech bubble. So we are just humbled to have so many of you here. We're absolutely psyched about this event. Thanks again.
Yeah, okay, cool. So today we have a couple people to present who I will introduce, but first I'd like to see how many people here are here for the first time. Who's the first? Wow, okay. Awesome, that was a lot of people. Okay, who here is a developer of some sort? Okay, good percentage. Designers. A lot of you guys in Brooklyn, Dumbo area. Cool. Business owners, have your own startup. Awesome. Yeah, let's hear that. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming out. We like to take a poll and see what types of people are coming by so we can help you and make this your event. So please give us any feedback, of course, if you have any suggestions on how to make this better for you. Of course, you can't have those yet, but after this is over, please let us know. So first to present, we have Aggregift. And Austin and Greg are going to be here to tell you about their company, where it's like a platform where people give gifts to, it's a social platform where people give gifts to their friends, and you can give them what you really want.